Welcome to the Mr.D's 200 here at the Nashville Fairgrounds.
Green flag,
as we get underway for a pretty normal race in my opinion. There was a couple hiccups once in a while, but we had a pretty good race here. I believe, if not, we did come up with the win. You got Mario Robbins there, who later on spins out in this race.
Car outside.
Got the 88 car, which I still forget to change. I believe it's the International Speedway race. What was that race called? Hold up, give me a second while doing this post commentary as we move on to lap number 3, the Mountaineer 300. That's the race I was talking about. That I finally changed the 88 car in. Now you see me behind the 40 car, I think that was. Now we're behind John Sears. As you see the first caution, and as I said before, this is going to be for Marty Robbins as we get a little contact with Jake Thomas. Get slowed down there, and then you see here, they just kind of lock onto each other off the corner, and Darrell Waltrip just has nowhere to go.
Get ready now.
Or at least I'm pretty sure that's Darrell Waltrip still.
Pace car's in.
Or at that point, I'm pretty sure it's Darrell Waltrip. And then we come back to green here as the field's a little spread out. I don't know exactly why that was happening during this race when we do restart. Because I did a couple of tries before just to make sure everything's working, and then I could fix this problem where they kind of spread out before we get back green. But honestly, it's better for me because then it doesn't mean that we're going to wreck all the time. And it also means I have more of a chance of getting around people because they're single filed. So I honestly did not care about it too much.
Still there.
Get on to Bunny Baker there as we're on lap 17 now.
Clear.
Got 44 laps to go in the 60 lapper. As we eke up closer and closer. As we're up to 16th at this moment, then we go on to be in 9th with 30 to go, halfway through that race. Now we're behind Bobby Isaac, one of my favorite 1970s driver and 60s. Because that pretty iconic red number K&K Insurance 71 Dodge. This was his final year before that Talladega curse epidemic happened. As now you see we're catching up to lap cars. James Hilton's right there, who would be what we need to pass for 5th place. We do eventually get up to him as we get around Darrell Waltrip there and down turn number 1. He kind of pinches us, but that's just how they are. As you saw, I got it around him. Now we're up to Frank Warren, which we do eventually get around as well. And now I'm thinking about it, we do not win this race. We actually finished 2nd because I couldn't get to Benny Parsons in time. I don't have to win all the races. I just had to finish all the races, which we did not finish every race so far, at least, because we messed up at the Greenville 200 on that front straightaway crash, trying not to rear end somebody, and instead we demolished somebody. So as you see me, or I think maybe right before it switches, as you see a car up in the wall up there, I think we're gonna get to the inside. Warren, we do. This is Talladega 500 sponsor car. As you see, I'm too late, just too short, because I could see him up there, but 2 to go in 2nd place as we try to get this 0 car out of the way. A little more aggressive than what it should be, but at this point I'm trying my best to have a chance at getting to Benny Parsons, and at this point I realize it's not going to happen. So I got a little frustrated with that, but all in all it was still better than getting wrecked out and finishing 30th or 40th or whatever many cars were entered in this race. And that brings us to the Beltsville Motor Speedway, or International Speedway. I can't remember exactly if it was Motor or International. This race also went well for me, but it was a wreck fest. Like, there was a lot of cautions, I believe. It was either this race or the Omni Or on the race.
Green, green, green.
Oh no. Because this is the, I believe it's the Maryland 200 this time around for Beltsville. No, this is, sorry. This is supposed to be Smoky Mountain, but we don't have Smoky Mountain. As you see, I absolutely destroy those guys.
Let's go. Race back to the line. There's too much.
And right there, we're 4 wide, and I just bounce off the wall, and then the 74 and the 95 have a hellacious impact, and the 74 lands on top of the wall. That was new. So the reason why we're at Beltsville when it should be Smoky Mountains because we don't have Smoky Mountains, so I decided to make use a track that actually would work in this case. And for the I'm pretty sure it's just a Maryville 200. I keep thinking I'm gonna butcher that for some reason. And before I do anything else, commenting wise, I want to make sure. And Beltsville wasn't even on the schedule, so that's why I'm using it as a replacement. Because they kind of left this track in the dust too, because I believe Beltsville was also somewhere near Smoky Mountain track.
Keep low. Inside. Still there.
Now we're right next to a 90 car. I think it's still Dick Brooks at this. No. The 90 car is Troy Glotzback. The 28 car is Kelly Arbrough. And the 5 car is a mix between your Charlie Langton, or Blaington, or Harry Gant. As you see, Leroy Yarbrough in front of us. Yarbrough. And then you got Buddy Baker. Then we move on to where I'm in second. As said before, I think in the last video, Jake Thomas always has one of those races where he is just flat flying. And then this time around, I'm actually going to catch him, unlike what happened a couple times before where I actually wasn't even able to get to him because I was either wrecked or I was just not fast enough. I just see the 8 car blowing up. There I send it in deep with 36 to go. Then we get around him, we're cleared. We're going to tap the wall for 2. I thought he was going to get to my inside. It feels like he's going to try to run through me. Right there, I think he would have if it was a little bit more aggressive. And then here, I still don't know if it was just the tires were burnt up or something, or I just flat lost it because we just got turned around there. Then we lose our lead because I went down pit road to make sure the tires were still good. And pitted and then got fuel just to make sure we could still make it. Because we are close on fuel in most of these races, so it's interesting. And we get around a couple guys on the restart there, and we're up to 30th when we cross the line for the restart. Then we come back and we're going to be 15th as we see John Sears there. We start doing a little bit of a slider line where we go very low and then we pop back up. 74 cars surprisingly still out here after landing on the wall and absolutely destroying that wall. Like really the only car that's out is Darrell Waltrip and that also the 8 car. And then you see me pass Jake Thomas once more. And this time I am going to keep it after clipping the wall before 10 to go. And this time around, we're actually going to keep the lead, and we're not going to dump it like we did last time. But during these cuts, I do get a couple moments where I had 4-wheel drift, pretty much, and I saved it somehow. Like those skid marks that you see when I was entering 3 just then. As you're going to see them, I think, here also. Yeah, those marks right there you see on the middle line, those were a couple moments I had when I took the lead away from Jake Thomas. Check out the last lap, we get a little contact with Frank Warren. I believe I get around him, and then in turn 3 I decided to let him go or something like that. I believe. If not, then it was the next race. Yeah, I do. I just let him go because I don't want to spin out again and ruin my race. Then we win the Maryville 200. Now we go up to the Mountaineer 300. That's International Speedway Park, I believe it's
Green
called.
flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
Yeah, International Raceway Park. Pretty small track. I like the way this track looks. I just can't get with the racing because of how bunched up everything is.
Still there.
And then I believe, yep, they wreck in front of us. And then I think it
Let's
was
go. Race back to the
Baby
line.
Parsons.
Stay low. Car outside. Pit road is closed.
So we get a caution there, and then we
Back straight. Clear.
go back green on lap 11. That was a long caution though. And then you see that I changed the AA car. You're not going to see it now, but you're going to see it later. As we hit the wall off the restart for some reason. Who's the leader at this point? I believe it might be Leroy. And the 74 car was a little close there. I thought I was going to get wrecked by him. Then you got the 8 car, Dean Dalton, and the 7 car. I believe some of these cars are lap cars. You're there, I'm just so far back still. With 74 to go.
Car outside. He's low.
And Jake Thomas once more, as he's still having a pretty good run. If he's up here in the top 20.
Keep low.
Yeah. You got James Hilton, get around Walter Bowler, and then there's going to be a caution drawn out because of David Pearson blowing up.
The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line.
And that was about a quarter of the way in. Then we're coming up to the halfway point at this point. And we're up to about 7th. Here around Jay McDuffie for, I believe, 6th.
Still there. Clear.
Everybody else is still lead lap in front of us.
Now in third.
Then we just had to get to these two. Which I believe once we get to the lap cars here soon, we have a little incident with 2 lap cars. So we get around Leroy here.
Stay low. Here comes the leader. Clear outside.
And then here's the incident. Donnie Allison, we get a little tight off of 2, and then we clip Donnie Allison. Donnie Allison comes by, takes out the 47 car. I spent trying to get away from the 47 car and do the same exact thing everyone else was doing.
Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the pace.
And then I believe 8 car also made it by. Yeah, right now I was trying to get away from the 74 because if I clipped him just right, my car would have been absolutely destroyed. And then we pit because we want to make sure everything is still running correctly, and also because tires were probably destroyed. And then at this point we only have about 20 laps, so if I can get up there in 15 laps, might as well pit. A little bump there. Don't remember that part. We try to get around Bobby Isaac. And we move our way by the field as a lot of people were a lap down at this point.
Still there. Keep low. Clear. Car
We're up
outside.
to 12th. I think we're going to be 9th as we pass the line, but now we're 5th on this part around. And then absolutely boots in 45, and I believe this is where the 45 comes off the wall and we had a 3-car wreck, I believe.
Car outside. The yellow flag is
As a
out.
caution is
Let's
drawn
go.
there, and
Race
then
back to the
we get
line.
around Buddy Baker. Yep, that's exactly what happened there. And then the 15 gets drilled by somebody. I think it was that car right there, and Benny Parsons. I think that was the year that was James Hilton.
Green, green, green.
The restart,
That car's a lap down.
as I believe that, yeah, the zero car was a lap down. We're inside to the go, so they're not going to be out of the way. The 47 is also a lap down, but Kaylee Arborough isn't in that 28 car.
Clear.
Then we get behind the 90 car of Glotzback, and then you got Benny Parsons up there. As I do remember exactly what happened there.
Car car in
So we
sight.
get around the 90 car.
The next car's the leader.
But it's kind of too late already because we're coming up to 3 to go. And then we come up to the white flag. We're right next to, well, not next to yet, but we're going to be next to Benny Parsons here in turn 1.
White flag. One more lap
And then
to go.
we're going to,
Keep high.
I believe, make con. No, we just got loose there. That's what happened there.
Clear.
And I tried to get to the inside without absolutely dumping a Benny Parsons, but we almost do it anyway. And we lose it off of 4. And that's another race missed for our win count. And then we'll leave you with the championship standings.
Great job, buddy.